Browns, Shedeur Sanders, Dillon Gabriel get bad news in future projection. The 2025 NFL Draft saw the Cleveland Browns bring in two rookie quarterbacks. They drafted former Oregon star Dillon Gabriel in the third round and backed up that pick with Colorado's Shedeur Sanders in the fifth round. Both quarterbacks have major potential and talent. However, there are legitimate questions about whether or not they're the kind of quarterbacks who can be the team's long-term franchise quarterback. Looking ahead to the future, the Browns may have some tough decisions to make. More than likely, the team will have at least one high pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. There is a chance that they could have two of them after acquiring the Jacksonville Jaguars' first-round pick in the trade this year that sent Travis Hunter to the Jaguars. With the 2026 draft class being loaded with quarterback potential, it's possible Cleveland could look for another young quarterback. That is what Tony Grossi, an insider covering the Browns, has projected. The 2026 draft will have multiple QBs graded much higher than Gabriel and Sanders. With two first-round picks at their disposal, the Browns will have the means to select one of them, Grossi wrote. I just can't see the Browns allowing the 2026 QB draft pass them by, no matter what Gabriel and Sanders are able to accomplish this season. It doesn't mean Gabriel and Sanders will be discarded. They'll be back no matter what. If that projection comes true, it would be very bad news for both Gabriel and Sanders. Both players are talented, but if Cleveland used the top 10 pick in 2026 on a quarterback, their futures could become very cloudy. At this point, the top quarterback prospects for 2026 are Drew Aller, Cade Klubnik, Arch Manning, Garrett Nussmeier, Lenoris Sellers, and Sam Leavitt. Read more. Aaron Rodgers' fit with Steelers called into question by NFL legend. Andrew Berry and the Browns have to find a franchise quarterback. It's possible that either Gabriel or Sanders could get on the field this year and prove that they can be that guy. Or it is also possible that neither signal caller shows that kind of talent in year one, and Cleveland moves on to another option quickly. Only time will tell. The Browns are still in a rough position. Until they find a quarterback, success will remain just out of reach. Hopefully, that answer comes this year rather than next, but the 2026 draft is worth taking note of when it comes to quarterbacks for Cleveland. In Berea, Ohio, beneath the hopeful shouts of coaches and the rhythm of cleats on turf, two young quarterbacks grind through drills, unaware that a projection released early Monday morning would cast an unsettling shadow over their shared journey. The Cleveland Browns' future is one many believed would soon be shaped by one of two names: Shedeur Sanders, the dynamic and confident son of Coach Prime, and Dillon Gabriel, the polished Oklahoma gunslinger known for his accuracy and leadership. Both rookies arrived at minicamp this summer ready to prove they were the next answer under center for a franchise that has long wandered the quarterback wilderness. But then came the projection, an analytic breakdown, published by a top NFL scouting consortium, forecasting the Browns' quarterback landscape over the next 3 seasons. And the headline hit like a blindside blitz. Neither Sanders nor Gabriel projected as Browns' starting QB by 2027. The shockwave. The report didn't mince words. It praised Sanders' poise and brand awareness, but questioned his ability to adapt to complex NFL reads under pressure. Gabriel, meanwhile, was lauded for his accuracy but critiqued for his lack of elite athleticism and ceiling. According to the projection, both quarterbacks fall into a category ominously labeled bridge or backup. Social media exploded. Browns fans who had just begun to warm up to the idea of Shedeur Sanders replacing an aging Deshaun Watson in the coming years now questioned the pick. Gabriel's faithful following from Norman was no less surprised. And within the team's own walls, the silence after team meetings reportedly lingered longer than usual. Shedeur's reaction, cool on the outside, fire within. When asked about the projection during a media scrum later that day, Shedeur didn't flinch. I don't care about somebody's spreadsheet, he said with a half smirk. Projections didn't build my career, work did, so that's what I'll keep doing. But those close to him say the report stung. His father, Coach Prime Sanders, flew in that evening and was seen chatting with him on the practice field under the fading sun. The two sat alone, Shedeur holding a football, tapping it rhythmically against his knee. Witnesses say there was no speech, just understanding. The look of a father who had been doubted his whole career, staring at a son facing the same storm. Later that night, Shedeur posted a single image on Instagram, a lion walking through rain.